Battle of Lexington and Concord happened in April 1875. The Battle of Lexington and Concord was important because the Patriots didn't want the British to get to Concord where the guns were that the British were going to destroy. So the Battle of Lexington and Concord occurred.
Did it seem like the Sons of Liberty might be a problem for the British?
Yes.
Yes, right? So by trying to take away their leaders, how would that weaken the Sons of Liberty?
I can tell you in the Sons of Liberty because those leaders had like all the plans and like all the good ideas.
What happens if you don't have a team captain?
They look great.
Yes.
They're like
Yeah. What happens if you don't have a captain?
That means you don't quite have like an example.
You don't have an example? Awesome. You don't have a leader, right? Do you think you play better as a team if you have a captain or if you don't have a captain? So you can think of Samuel Adams and John Hancock as kind of the captains of the Sons of Liberty, okay? It's colonists.
I remember, I read from these two and I connected them because they actually, from my research that I've done in the past, I know that the first Continental Congress, they had information that the British were coming to Boston, I think.
Okay.
And so they sent people to warn the colonists that the British are coming. So Paul Revere was one of the colonists, and William Dawes. His role was to warn the colonists, to prepare for the battles that were coming.
So what really started the American Revolution is mostly taxation, because after the French and Indian War, because the British helped the French, they need to put taxes on the colonists because the British are not enough people to run, I guess.
I disagree with you because the Battle of Lexington and Concord was one of the parts that started the Revolutionary War. I agree with you too, because British came to Lexington to capture John Hancock and Adams. Letters because of the stamp back, the taxing, because after the French and Indian War, British lost the money and they needed to tax the colonists to get money, and the colonists didn't like that, so they sent letters to the British. Adding on to what you said, the colonists sent them letters, and George ignored them because he didn't want to stop, because he still needed the money. I think the British were more organized in most of the battles because they were the strongest. They were the strongest team back then, and the colonists. So the British were really organized mostly because of the Minutemen. Because if they had to do something important, they actually got ready in one day. I think the colonists were more organized because they talked about what was fair and what they should do, and they brought up the Sons of Liberty. And the Sons of Liberty were a group that made ideas, and it was more organized because in the Battle of Concord they won, and then in the Battle of Trenton they won again. I agree with the colonists were more organized because if the British came from England to America, it was supposed to be a really long ride, and also they could have been tired out there. I have a question for you. Why in the first place did Britain and France hate each other? maybe they first of all hated each other because British might have broke a treaty that they made. Maybe they had one, or maybe it's because after the battle, the French hated the British because the British made them give up.
I think I might know. It's because since two strong ones, like, I think pretty much that British and French hate each other because they're both the strongest countries that are strong, and one of them, like, British and French wants to be the only strongest country. That's why I think they hate each other.
I agree with you because the British, we only know about British anymore. But that means the other country was weakened, because if they won, the British wouldn't even be the British wouldn't do everything, like about the taxes and all that.
Dear British colonists, as you know, we won Quantum Indian War. Yes! I am very glad about our victory. However, we have lost a lot of money in the war because we had to fight in North Sudan and sent our soldiers into France this week. I'm sure you will understand that I have decided to impose taxes on you. Members of Parliament will be correcting taxes for STEPAC because the elections will belong to Britain. Members of the Parliament will now come around to correct 47.
All right. Members of Parliament, you know what to do. Right? As groups of colonists, I want you to turn and talk, decide what your next action is going to be against the British. Teach. Okay. What are we going to do?
Impose more taxes!
Which taxes are we going to impose next?
Maybe 20 pence.
20 pence? I'm really good at predicting the future. And I think that the British are going to the colonists are going to get pretty upset and dump all of your guys' tea in the water. What are we going to do when that happens? Close all the ports. How do we feel about tea, British tea with lots of taxes? Anthony?
We should make a
Tell me more about that. What's that going to look like? Sean?
Okay, we're going to dress up as Indians, go to their ships, and do all of their tea.
Okay.
So you don't
What's another way that we could tell the British that we're upset? Maybe some communication? Too young. I think we should maybe work together. What organization could we form to fight the British? Jose C. Say that one more time. Okay, we could meet to discuss everything in the First Continental Congress. King George, how do you feel?
I feel good.